ever wondered how to establish your Swane's plant? Well, today I'm going to answer all of your questions, whether that be planting in a pot or planting straight into the ground. We're going to go through everything today to get your plants jumping out of the ground. One of the first things to remember is to check the pH of your soil. The pH can impact quite severely on how your plant grows. You can get a pH kit just like this one from your nursery, and this one here is showing a nice neutral colour, which is what most plants will like. If it comes up into this area or into this area a little bit more, come and see us at the nursery and we'll give you all the right products to sort it out. The next step to remember is to get your new little friend in the ground as soon as possible. These pots are actually only temporary and they can dry out very, very quickly. The next step is to prepare your plant for planting, and that means sticking it straight into a bucket of water. Now, by doing this, we're rehydrating the plant, getting it ready to be popped into the ground, and you can leave it up in here for up to an hour even. So go and find something to do, read a book, have a cup of tea, come back in an hour and it'll be ready to go. Oh, look, that's an hour. Okay, so let's get straight into it. This is the planting method. So what we're going to do is dig the hole nice and wide, usually around about twice as wide as the pot and around about the same depth as the pot too. And so make sure you dig it, turn it right over, turning everything over and lifting up all that soil. We don't want any hard spots, and try not to mix any mulch in there as well. Okay. And there we have our hole. Next, we need to add some planting compost to the soil that we have removed from the hole here. And the purpose of this is to improve that soil and to give our new little friend a good start in life. So what we're going to do is just grab handfuls of this mix and mix it in with all the soil that we've pulled out of the hole. And you're going to want to use around about half a bag for the planting. Mix it in really well. Just going to improve everything. This compost is available at all the Swane's nurseries. It's a really great product. Really fun way to get your hands dirty too. So mix it in really well, turning it over, make it nice and messy, and that's going to provide us with a fantastic rich organic mix to backfill onto our plant. So the next stage, we're going to get this little guy in the ground. Now this is what often scares a few people. How do I take the plant out of the pot? Pretty simple. Turn it upside down. Make a little sort of a Spock sign with your hands and pop it just over the base of the plant. Tip it up, give it a whack on the bottom and pull it off just like that. And then just gently tip it over and set it in the ground. You may even want to put a little bit of the soil in the bottom of the hole just to lift up the height, because we want the plant sitting level. We want this soil level here sitting level with the soil in the ground. So backfill a little bit more, and that looks pretty good to me. So now with our lovely mixed up compost and soil mix that we've made here, we're going to backfill. What we want to do is get our watering can and create what we call a slurry. Now this is making a big muddy mud pie mess out of the bottom of this hole, and the purpose of this is to allow all of that soil to settle, to eliminate any air pockets that may have been created, but it also is hydrating the surrounding soil in the hole and getting this plant used to its new position. Okay, so the plant's in the ground. Keep going with that watering can. At this stage, you can't give it too much water, and we want to make that slurry, as we mentioned before. So once we've watered it in thoroughly, we want to move to something like the mulch. Now we like to use the loosened mulch because as it breaks down, it actually adds goodness to the soil. But the mulch can also keep out weeds and lock in the moisture, which is really important in the summertime. So Grabbing big handfuls of the loosened mulch, we want to put it nice and thickly right the way around the base of the plant. Now this plant's going to take around about 8 weeks to establish, so make sure that you give it a good watering every 2 to 3 days. If you're not sure, use the finger test and just pop it down in the soil and feel what's going on around there. If you have a pot and you want to plant into those as well, you're going to do it exactly the same way that we've done it today, using those exact same steps, but instead you're going to be backfilling with the Swane's premium potting mix, so remember that one. Thank you for watching. We hope you have learnt something from this video this afternoon. These handy tips have been proudly brought to you by Swane's Nurseries Australia, helping you to grow, create and inspire.